Hey, what's going on, guys? It's N Square Sports coming back with another video, and yes, we're finally back together again. It's been a long time. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Good, good. So we're back. We're going to be talking about the NFL playoffs in this video. So we're going to start in the NFC. So Nick, tell me what you thought about the Saints and the Vikings game.
Well, it was a good game, to be honest, and I did not expect it. It was the one pick I got wrong whenever I did my picks. The Vikings, they just played well. Kirk Cousins is trying to prove himself wrong at that whole prime time issues that he has, and he played amazing. He threw some great balls.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, that really annoyed me that he was getting frustrated that he wasn't getting the ball.
Yeah.
I think that shows there's something a little off, but that doesn't mean they won the game. The Saints lost. I gotta feel bad for the Saints fans.
I know, man. They just keep getting screwed over and over and over again.
And they're gonna complain somehow. Yeah. And I'm sure during this offseason we're gonna hear lots about the overtime first person to score touchdown wins.
Yeah.
But the Saints couldn't stop them, and we saw in another overtime game where the defense did stop, and they still lost. So
yeah.
But I mean, what did you think about the game?
Yeah, I thought it was weird because I'm not a huge Kirk Cousins guy, but he played well. You got to give him credit when you play well. He really did. He showed up. He had a great ball to Adam Thielen at the end. That was the best ball of his career for sure. Mm-hmm. But most players don't even have a big time throw like that, and that's pretty big for him to deliver that ball and have it be completed. When I was watching it, I couldn't believe that actually happened. Like, I'm like, there has to be some kind of sort of a push off or something. But yeah, he got it complete.
I think well being hit as well.
Yeah, he was definitely covered pretty well, and he made a good catch. So I was very shocked also by the result. I just didn't, in a million years, I didn't think the Vikings would win that game. And yeah, I was wrong on that prediction as well as multiple other predictions this week. But yeah, it was a great game. The Saints were my Super Bowl pick, not my pick, but to get to the Super Bowl, I did think they would make it there. And so now I gotta, think of a new Super Bowl team. But yeah, so I thought it was a great game. Great, Kirk Cousins showed up. So
yeah, just a quick note about Drew Brees. He didn't play the best. The Vikings had some pretty good defense throughout the game. It was on and off. Taysom Hill was really he was a good reason why that team even stayed in the game.
I know.
He threw a 50-yard bomb, and that was pretty much it.
And he caught a touchdown too.
He was a good majority of that offense, and we don't know where Drew Brees is going to go. I mean, that's another video for another day. But could he stay? I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think he's going to retire. He really wants another ring, of course. But then what does that mean with Teddy Bridgewater?
And then the question about what about Taysom Hill? Like, he's good too. Like, I don't know if he's the best thrower. He made a good throw. But I don't know if he really is the best thrower. I don't know if Teddy is better. But Taysom Hill's a good all-around player. He could play any position on that offense and be good. So who knows?
They did win. I'm pretty sure they went undefeated, or if they only lost one game with Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, they were really good.
Do they need Brees? I'm not sure. I mean, we saw a good amount of offense with Teddy Bridgewater.
And you could kind of make the case that Teddy Bridgewater might have won that game. I mean, you can make the argument that if Teddy Bridgewater would have been the quarterback over Drew Brees, he could have won that game just with his mobility and other things. Who knows?
But we don't. I mean, Kamara wasn't playing the best. The Vikings just came in prepared, and
they did.
So what are you thinking about the other NFC game, the Seahawks?
The Seahawks and Eagles. Another one I got wrong. I picked the Eagles, and I think I probably would have been right if Carson Wentz would have stayed in the game. I really think that totally changed turned everything upside down when he went out. And it was pretty early in the game when he got hit, right?
Yeah, I think it was first quarter.
Yeah, so, I mean, that really turned the game upside down for me. So it's hard to, say I was totally wrong about my pick because it was so early in the game that who knows if he would have stayed healthy, it could have been a different. And they still only lost by 8 points? Yeah, 17-9. So
the Eagles were pretty much within field goal distance two times trying to convert a fourth down, and one of them was dropped by Miles Sanders.
Yeah, they almost had to go. The Eagles almost had to go to their wide receiver to play quarterback. So, I mean, they didn't have a ton of life really, because they were down a bunch of receivers, quarterback. Like they were super injured, but they still played well, and you can't say the Eagles are bad after that. They just had a bunch of injuries that they couldn't really help. So
I think this actually shows some weaknesses in the Seahawks.
It probably does.
The Seahawks got 1/4 of all the sacks they did in the season. They got 7 sacks that game, and in total they had 28, which was second worst in the league.
Yeah.
Yes, they can blow up, but am I expecting them to do this every single game when the majority of the game was that 40-year-old quarterback Josh McCown?
Yeah.
He's not. This defense isn't doing that against Jimmy Garoppolo, Aaron Rodgers. So I still think the Seahawks are going to be exposed in the next round.
Yeah.
But,
and one thing I said in the last video I did with, I talked about how I think the Seahawks they come out flat sometimes. I kind of think they don't always come out super strong, and they don't always play. Russell Wilson's great, but and DK Metcalf is becoming a good receiver, if not great receiver now at this point in the NFL. But other than that, they don't have a whole lot, and they rely still a lot on Russell Wilson, and so they just can come out flat sometimes. And they kind of came out flat in this game. They just got really lucky with their defense played really well, and they got kind of lucky with injuries. So,
in fairness to the Seahawks, they did not have the left tackle Dwayne Brown, nor they had any of their running backs.
That's true.
A year-long retired Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching. That was our NFC wildcard reactions. So stay tuned for the AFC and more videos to come. We'll see you guys next time.